And he could see it as like character building for the person or inspirational for these able-bodied onlookers, or like an altruistic thing for the caregivers, but he didn't feel like there was anything else really positive. Otherwise, he just saw disability as that medical model. And so then he asked her, does that mean if someone offered you a pill that could cure your disability and it would cost $2 and there are guaranteed to be no side effects, that you wouldn't use that? And so she said she had a lot of different ways she wanted to respond, but how she ended up responding was, I'm an artist, so I think about creativity a lot. Being disabled gives you a completely new way of having to interact with the world. For instance, I was never taught by anyone how to use my mouth to do things. There's a certain level of creativity and innovation that goes into every single thing, which some people might find really frustrating, but for many of us who are actually living it, it's very liberating. It's a very liberating thing to not have every aspect of your body already defined. It's really, to me, just a really cool way of thinking and viewing this differently. So disability is not a brave struggle or courage in the face of adversity. Disability is an art. It's an ingenious way to live. Sorry to skip in a few things because I'm about out of time. Oh yeah, I had a couple good stories, but we'll just skip that. This is where I have some questions about language, because she says disability is not something that simply happens to me as a strict social model of disability would have it. Disability is rather an integral part of who I am, both in my creativity and in my challenges. So that makes me think of like the discussion about whether it's an autistic person or a person with autism. And we've been pretty much told, if you're talking about disability, always, and as was mentioned this morning, person with this or person using a wheelchair or something like that. But then other people say this is really part of who I am and it's important and it's special to me, and I don't think there's a right answer, and people will tell you different things, but just need to be, I guess, conscious of both of those things. She makes some other comparisons to just how this could help us solve political problems and see the world differently. Like people with disabilities, because they've been trained to think differently, they can see some other things there, but I don't have time for that either. And this is a question that I'm now wondering about after reading what she said, because I've always made the argument that domesticated animals should go extinct, that we did this horrible thing by breeding them and doing these awful things to them, and of course the ones who are here should get to live out their lives, but we shouldn't have them continue to procreate. And I kind of still feel that way, but she's also kind of talked about why should we decide that just because they're dependent, that means they shouldn't be here. It comes to the interdependence and dependence issue. And yeah, I really wanted to talk more about that. It's okay. Anyway, that's a question that I am still thinking through. The ableist assumption that it is inherently bad, even unnatural, to be a dependent human being is here played out across the species divide, showing once again just how much ableism informs our ideas of animal life. So don't have any answers there, but something that I'm thinking about now, and I'm going to at least talk about differently than what I have been. So thanks.